Now, just the other day, I have decided to class change inside of Diablo Immortal. It is my fourth class change. I was the Barbarian, the Wizard, the Demon Hunter, and now I'm the Necromancer. And this has sparked some conversation in my comment section and on Twitter regarding class changes that a lot of people don't know or don't understand. So today, I'm going to be clearing things up for people that may not understand. If you're an OG to the game, this is probably something you already know. But if you're not, well, stick around so that you can know what's up, so you don't miss out on some of the basic things that you need to know regarding class changes without having to start all fresh and start all over again. Now we are right here by the Shifting Flames, the class change area. If you look up on the map here of West March, it's right over here in the right hand side of the map. That's where you're going to navigate to. That's where you can class change. Now, if you notice right here, when I go over here to class change, it's blacked out for me. It's because you can only class change every 7 days for free. Notice it says next free class change in 3 days and 16 hours. Now, in the future, possibly there's going to be an option where you could pay to class change sooner. I don't know. I would never want a class change that often, but you could have a free class change every single week, and you could change to any class that you want. You keep the power and everything that you have, except for gear will be replaced with reservist gear. There's small things that you may lose along the way, but in my opinion, nothing that you can't quickly find again, and it's really not going to be like you're setting yourself back if you class change, besides losing out on skins that are possibly part of the class that you have been playing as, which will not be available on other classes. That's really it. I don't make a big deal out of power or any of the gear that you may lose, but you could also revert class as well. I could go back to a class that I was previously. Now, with all of this being said, I want to let you guys know of a comment that kind of sparked this whole video here. So we have Katha1 saying, I switched to the Barbarian, see how that goes. And this is what it's all about. Switch to a different class, see how it goes, because when the game gets stale, switching to a different class is a full new experience. If you guys have been following my channel over the past 2 weeks, I've been feeling kind of stale about Diablo Immortal. I switched classes to the Necromancer, and you know what? It feels good again. I feel excited to log back in, to find some more gear, to play as a different class, to kind of figure things out. It made it fun for me again. And you know what? In about 2 months, I'll probably want to go ahead and do it again. And people have even said, Echo, well, when you class change, and you class change through all of the classes, there's going to be no more classes for you to change through again. And then what are you going to do? Then you're going to have boredom because you got new classes. Well, first of all, I'm anticipating the Blood Knight. We'll see when that happens to come. Second of all, I'm excited right now to go back to the Barbarian, which is my first class, which I can't do right now because, well, I just turned into the Necro. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. But it just keeps replenishing that desire for something new. Now, let's get to the second part of this comment from Elarion 2. I don't see much point in switching constantly just to have one single high-level character. This is a two-part question right here. So this person doesn't see the purpose in changing classes so that your character continues to grow in power. They instead would rather create different classes, which is another option. You could create multiple accounts. But the question is, do you have time to, or do you want to grind all of those counts to be a viable level? Maybe not. Maybe you just want to play them for the story and for the experience. Then that's cool. They say here, still, I can see the benefits of, changing your class, keeping the power of one. I would rather redo the story again with new characters, though. So this is a prime example of someone that I would anticipate is someone that just enjoys the lore, the story of the game, and doesn't really go for the end game, which a lot of people don't really like the end game of Diablo Immortal anyways. This person here would rather just start up, make 4 or 5 different classes, and play them all separately whenever they want to play them, which is a very viable option. I could see a more clear comparison when attacking the end bosses at the same level with each character. So they want to see you get into that first boss fight with each of the characters and see the experience there, rather than continuously grinding up a character and saying, oh, is this one stronger? Is this one stronger? When really the powers change, the combat rating changes, or just the gear changes as you level yourself up. But with that being said, just to even get out of that, there are people that don't even know that you could class change in Diablo Immortal. There are people that don't know that you could change your server inside of Diablo Immortal. Think about it, guys. There's new people every day getting into the game, and they just don't know that these features are actually there. So it's our job to kind of tell everyone that this stuff can be done, and you don't have to be stuck being one class. You could switch some things up, because like right now, I'm exploring the different skills with my Necromancer. I'm seeing what I like. 2 days ago, I wasn't using Skeletal Mage. I wasn't about this. I didn't like it. It wasn't doing much for me. But then I realized, you know what? It's going to be throwing 2,389 more damage per shot for the 13 seconds that it's out there. That is a lot of damage being thrown. That could really clear out some rooms inside of the game when I'm playing in PvP. Necromancer, a really nice PvP, PvE, not PvP, a really nice PvE character class. You summon your golem, your skeletal mage, and your command skeleton, and you let them go out and do all the damage for you. You kind of sit back and throw some bone spears. Just no big deal. And it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit more of a hands-off style combat in PvE than would be something like a barbarian or really any other class, in my opinion. Specifically demon hunter or wizard, because for them there's a lot of movement that always has to happen, or precision that has to happen with something like the wizard. But there's a lot of people that didn't even know that you could change classes, and that they were thinking they would have to start fresh on a brand new class and never really be able to grind to a level. Because like right now, if someone were to have, let's say, a Paragon 300 barbarian and decide, oh man, I really want to play the Crusader so bad. I love tanky characters. I want to play the Crusader. And they didn't know that they could then just class change over. They would have to grind months of grind to get up to a 300 Paragon. Now, of course, there is the catch-up mechanic inside of the game. Let's explore that right now. As you can see, I am level 60, max level, plus 500 Paragon points. I'm actually behind server Paragon by quite a bit. My server Paragon right now is 524. That means if I was on par, getting a 100% XP reward, meaning getting everything that I deserve, then I would be level 524. Paragon levels gain every single day. You gain 2 Paragon levels. So if you're not gaining 2 Paragon levels a day, you will be behind Paragon server level. So now for that, because I am 24 levels behind, I'm gaining, instead of 100% rewards, which is getting what you should get, I'm getting 220% rewards. I'm getting 120% rewards more because I'm behind. This is a catch-up mechanic inside of the game. And this is really good for new players that want to join and get involved, but they say, how am I going to ever catch up? The catch-up mechanic, I don't even know. I think it's like 600 or 800 times. I think it's 800 times the norm when you're starting out. If someone joined this server today, they would be getting 800 times the reward to really help them catch up quickly. And man, that's gotta feel good. I actually should probably try a new class just to see how quickly I can max out a character on this server starting fresh. I bet you I can get it done. Because it took me, what did it take me, 15 hours, maybe 20 to complete the entire campaign through level 60 to max level and then finally Paragon. It would take me, if it's 800, it would take like 3 or 4 hours. Now, obviously the gameplay takes longer than that, but you would be able to really get that XP. You'd get a lot of rewards more quickly. So the question really is it worth class changing, keeping your power, keeping everything that you've grinded for, and then just switching it into a different type of playstyle class? Or is it worth starting over again and just doing new classes? For every time you want to try something new, you just start fresh and you have multiple character classes you could play. For me, it will be class change every single time. Even though I'm upset that I don't have my skins on everything, and if you want to see what I'm talking about right here, you'll notice that when I go over to my skins, my cosmetics, many of them are locked. That's because these are battle pass rewards. I did just put a video out discussing my gripe with this, how I can't unlock any of these skins because they are unlocked on other classes. Check out that video if you want to see how I feel about skins. But if you don't care about the skins and cosmetics, in my opinion, there is no reason for you to not switch classes and to start fresh, unless if you want to experience the game as a beginner from the start all over again. Let me know what you would choose. Would you start a brand new class or would you class change? Remember to subscribe because I'll be back tomorrow with another video and I'll see you there.